Today we're going to introduce you to setting the upper and lower range values for your 4 to 20 milliamps using the field programmable push buttons. This will allow you to connect external pressures as you possibly have done before when setting your lower or 4 milliamp signal and your 20 milliamp signal. Now, one thing to remember about the interface is that we will push and hold a button, wait for a change on the display, and release. Should you not follow that procedure correctly according to the way the programming is set up, you may see a BT error. Make sure that you refer to our section before, which goes into how to navigate menus if you're having some problems with that BT error. Now, let's look at setting the zero, as if we were looking to set with our true zero pressure applied for our 4 milliamp signal. Now in this case, we are setting a true zero, and we don't have a pressure source applied. But should you want to set it at 20, 30 psi, for instance, just make sure that that pressure has stabilized on the display and is externally connected to the transmitter before starting the sequence. So, to access the menu for zeroing, we hit and hold only the zero button. We will wait for the change in the display, and we will release the button. Now, if we are happy with beginning this process and setting our zero, we push and hold the zero button once again, and you will see the change in the display, ZR, with the dashes on either side. This tells you that it's going through that process. Should we have done something wrong in our sequencing, in our external application of pressure, or some other factor that it does not like to recognize, you'll see an error. In this case, with the zero pressure applied to atmosphere, we're not going to see that. Likewise, with our span procedure, make sure first that you have connected your external pressure source and that the display is stabilized at the level of your upper range value, or your 20 milliamps. To access the span procedure, we will push the span button and hold it down, wait for the display to change and show span, and release. Again, we will push and hold the span button, wait for the change on the display, and release. In this case, as I have not applied any pressure source externally, we have this SP error. If you had applied a pressure source, you would see something similar to that we saw in the zero, an SP with some dashes, which will tell you that it is going through that process. If it completes either process correctly, you will go back to measurement mode directly without seeing any of those errors. For more information on this process or any of the others, please go to ultratransmitters.com and access the manuals.